Hey guys, welcome to the course. In this course, we are going to learn that how to build a Todo app in React Native. So we are going to start this course soon. So for the technology, like if you are okay with React Native, you guys can use React Native CLI, or if you wanted to go ahead with Expo, so you can go ahead with Expo as well. But in this course, like basically in this live, we are going to build a Todo app from scratch. And I think I'm thinking to use CLI because most of the videos are in my CLI. That's why I'm thinking to use CLI. And if you guys wanted to do in the expo, so let me know. But yeah, hey guys, you can drop me in chat, and yeah, let's get it started. So first of all, I'm going to share my screen and let me know guys if you can see it perfectly. All right. So to build a to-do app, first we have to create one fresh project. So we're gonna use a React Native CLI. So we're gonna search React Native on the browser. After that, click on this, okay, and click on Get Started. Once you click on Get Started, click on Can I use without framework? Get started without framework, and copy this command, and we're gonna open our directory somewhere. Okay, so let me open my directory. Inside this directory, I'm gonna create one folder called live, and inside this, we're gonna open my terminal. So let me open my terminal quickly. New open in terminal, and we're gonna paste this command and hit enter. Okay, so it is okay. So I'm gonna just change the name. I'm gonna paste this command and hit enter. Okay, my bad. I have to change my name. My bad. And it should be a init to do app, and hit enter. After that, press yes. So you guys can see that our project has been creating in CLI, and let me make it zoom as well. And yeah, you can see that it's creating, and let me make it smaller for now, installing dependency and so on. And if you guys have any question, just let me on the chat as well. Any question, anything, or if you guys not able to see it perfectly. All right. So our app is installing dependencies. All the things is happening. Yeah. So yeah, would you like? Do you want to install CocoaPods? Yeah, we can. So it's also set up for the iOS as well. So basically, we are building it like to do app from the scratch. Oh, it's gonna be like a lot of fun tonight. So let's see. Installing Ruby gems, and okay, after that, installing CocoaPod dependency with new architectures. Let me take a few minutes. Okay, so if you guys don't know what I'm doing, so if you guys also you can drop me on chat your name, where you're from. So we are building a to-do app from scratch. Okay, so let's wait. Also, let me drop this, share this, Google Meet along with the WhatsApp as well. So let me drop there as well. Let me stop sharing my screen, and we're gonna share this to our community as well. So let them join as well. Share, copy link. All right. So let me share back my screen again, and we're gonna start coding. And if you guys have any questions, so you can let me know. So our project has been initializing, and it's gonna take us some few minutes. So let's see. For the UI, I'm thinking like to build this kind of UI. When you click on, like, we're gonna have a checkbox, and when you click on check, so the text will be gonna be look like this. So I'm thinking to make this kind of UI. So let's see. And also, you can guys drop me where you're from and where you're from watching this video. And yeah, okay, so our project has been created successfully. So after this, once it's done, what we have to do next, you can see that there's one command they have mentioned that you have to copy this line of code. So I'm gonna just copy this and paste it here like this and hit enter. Okay. So once I hit enter, so you can see that our emulator has been launching. Okay, so the emulator has been launching, and also let me open this project in my code as well. Okay, so we got some error, too many files, something like that. And also our emulator is running pen, but it doesn't run. Okay, so let me open my cursor editor. Okay, and inside this cursor we're gonna open this folder, open folder. Okay, and this folder is on where? This folder is on the desktop, creative, live, and we are having a to-do app. So let me open this app quickly. Meanwhile, you can see that our project is also running, like it's doing this starting griddle diamond, and the emulator is also running. So yeah, and also, a lot of people asking like, should we go ahead with the Expo or CLI? So for now, I'm going with the CLI because most of the videos on the CLI. But nowadays, Expo is really powerful. So if you're building any apps or if you're learning React Native, you guys go ahead with the what if you can go ahead with the Expo. Okay, so I think you can also set up like learn about the Expo. Like it's same way. Like it's most of the things are the same in Expo, and development make you much more faster. So yeah, that's the one thing I can suggest you. So yeah, like we're gonna see that we're gonna make this kind of UI today. So we're gonna see that how we can make a checkbox. So for the checkbox, we're gonna search React Native checkbox, and here you can see that we have a checkbox like this. So we're gonna utilize that. Okay, all right. So let's back to the code, and you can see that our project has been set up. If you're using CLI, it's taking a lot of time to set up. But if you're building the app project with the Expo, it really straightforward. It really straightforward. Believe me, guys. But yeah, let's go ahead with the CLI, as you guys loved to work with CLI. Okay. Yeah. Meanwhile, you guys can drop me question if you have any questions. Would love to answer that as well. Any questions, anything? Let me know, guys. Okay, you can see that project has been set up. Okay, meanwhile, let's start coding. Okay, so you can see that our project directory, inside this we have app.tsx and some default code. Meanwhile, you can see the project has been running, so let them run and we're going to understand this code base. Okay, so you can see that we are having app.tsx, and here's a list of package.json like React and the React Native, and there are some dev dependency has been using there. Okay, now after this, let's go to the app.tsx, and here we are importing some import React and some by default component has been like some by default code has been there, so you guys can ignore that. Okay, now the next thing is that we're gonna create one source directory, and inside the source directory we're gonna have a screens directory. So we're gonna have a screen directory, and we're gonna have a one directory another that is called components. compo Components. Inside this screen we're gonna make this as a home screen for now, home screen dot tsx. Okay, and now I'm gonna type rnfes. Okay, so there's one extension that is called es7 react redux snippet. So make sure to install this extension as well, and once you install this extension, you guys can get the suggestions. But right now I'm not getting any suggestions. That's really weird. So let me uninstall this app extension, and let me reinstall this. Click on install. Okay, like click on enable. Okay, it's now enabled, and now let's try rnf react native. Okay, rnes. Okay, that's weird. RNF. Yes. Okay, my bad. It's not working. But let's go to the emulator. Does our project has been run successfully or not? So we got some error. You can see that it has not run on the emulator. So let me close it. Okay, we're gonna also close it from here, terminal, and let me open my terminal. Okay, you can click open your terminal by click on new terminal. Now, once you click on terminal, you have to type npm start. So let me type the npm start. Okay, and let me on this stuff like stage manager, and we got some error. Error is looking like uh, too many opens files. Okay, that's weird. So what I can do, let me open my new terminal, and here I'm gonna try npm start. Okay, I just run npm start. Okay, just give me a second, guys. I got a call. All right, guys. Sorry, guys. I got a call. Okay. Now let's go back to the code. Okay, you guys can hear me? Perfect. Now let me run npm start again, and we got this. And now once I run npm start, we are getting some this error. Too many opens file watch. So how we can fix that? Let's go to the browser, and we're gonna paste this command. Okay, let me open this. Now how we can fix this up? How to isolate something they have mentioned that. Okay, pro install watchman. I'm not sure whether this will help anyone. Okay, so let me do one thing, guys. uh, I think let me close this cursor now, and let me reopen this cursor, and let me see does it really work or not. It should be work, but today is being weird. Sometimes it works. Okay, now let's go ahead npm start. Okay, so I run the npm start command, and let me press. Oh, that's weird. Too many open file changes. Okay, we are getting this error. Let me try this command. Pre install watchman, and let me hit enter. So auto updating home brew. Are you guys also getting this kind of weird? Let me know. Okay, that's why I was thinking to use expo instead of using this, CLI. So let me try again. npm start. I just run the npm start command, and let's see. It does still doesn't works. Too many open file which watch. Okay, let me Google again. Paste this here. Okay, let me open this, and using the this plugin to resolve for issue. Install graceful.js, and okay, let me paste this command. React native CLI. Okay, so brew update, brew install watchman. Just close all others file and try again. If you are running Android, make sure to run cd Android and gradle clean before running this. If it doesn't fix, there might be a problem with your watchman service. So let's go to the cd Android, and let me clear this. Let's go to cd Android, and after that they are mentioning that you have to run this command gradle clean. So let me run this. Okay, now after this we have to run npx run react native Android. So let's check it out. I'm gonna go back, and npx react native run Android. Let me rerun it again, and it's setting up the configuration. So if you guys have been getting this kind of error, just let me know as well, and we'll help you out as well. Okay, so you can see that it's running it up, and let me open my emulator to the side by side. That's why there's a lot of things like catch has happened with the if you're using CLI, like we are getting tons of random errors, which is just wasting our development time. You know what I mean? Okay, so while doing this stuff, let me see like the project has been set up or not. This is quite a bit hassle, like doing with the CLI. What do you think, guys? Do you guys also face this kind of weird error? Okay, oh, awesome. So to fix this error, what we have to do, first you have to go inside the cd and write directory, and once you're done with this, we are getting this unable to load a script. Make sure. Okay, so let me close this file, terminate. Okay, let's go to the VS Code and again run the npm start command. So I run the npm start, and let me press the E. Let me press the E, and let's see. Okay, still weird error. Npm start. If still this error is coming up, what could be next thing? Okay, so I think I'm gonna use a CLI instead of using this one, because it's wasting tons of time for me. And yeah, dismiss. Again, let me try npm start last time. This is gonna be last time, because this is weird for me. And all right, so we are closing it up, and I'm gonna use CLI. I'm gonna use Expo instead of using this one. So hey guys, we're gonna switch the instead of using the Expo CLI, we're gonna move to the using the Expo version. So hey guys, we are going to start building To-Do app with the Expo. First of all, you have to go to the Expo. Now click on Expo. After that, once you click Expo, click on Read the Docs, and after that you get this command. Copy this command, and here inside this we're gonna open our terminal. So let me open the terminal, whatever the folder you wanted to make it, and you're gonna paste this command. So I'm gonna paste this command and hit enter. Once you hit enter, it will ask you the app name. So Expo To Do, we're gonna hit this name Expo To Do, and let's install this package, or let's install this app quickly. All right, so let's see. So our project has been creating it up, so let's wait. npm install is happening, and we're gonna do this quickly. I don't think it's gonna take a lot of time for me. So it's doing npm install. All right, so as you can see that our project has been set up completely. And okay, so after that we're gonna go to the cd export, and let me open this project in my cursor editor. So I just open it, and here we have to open our terminal, and to run this project we have to run npm run and write to run and write. So we're gonna run npm run and write, npm run and write. Okay, so it will start running on the Android simulator. So let me open side by side. Okay, so it's, you can see that uh, npm run and okay. So let me close this for now simulator, and let me close this one as well. Let me close this. Still, like I'm getting this weird error for now. Let me do an npm start. Okay, and yeah, now let's press the A, and if it's still break, I will gonna go with the I. Like this weird error, like most of the time come, but I do it by just restarting my PC, and I can't restart my PC because I'm live right now. So opening emulator is opening, and let's open the simulator as well parallelly by pressing the I. So let's see. Okay, our emulator has been opening up, and you can see that in the in this package registration, like you can see a lot, like already there's a tons of dependency already, which makes your development seamless and pretty straightforward. Like you can see that most of the like expo vectors, icon, navigation, bottom tabs, native, blur, constant, font, linking, router, splash screen, status bar, symbol, this all the stuffs is already pre-installed on your app, which makes the development easier. Okay, so it's installing the expo go latest version of our app. So let's wait. And yeah, so you can see that, like, this is a feature of expo. Like if you're building an app with expo, it saves you tons of time. Like there's already predefined most of the things which you don't have worried of. You have to just focus on the development. All right, so you can see the reactive web view, reactive web, screens, gesture handler, reanimated. If you're setting up the reanimated on the reactive CLI, it took almost 5 minutes, right? Like you have to go into the Babel and do the setups. That's a quite a big time consuming, right? And if you're using Expo, it saves you tons of time. Okay, so let's talk about the folder structure. So you can see that here we are having an app directory. Inside the app, we are having a root tag that is called layout. Okay, and inside this layout we are having a stack navigation. Inside this stack navigation, by default it's making a tab, it's calling a tab navigation. So let's go to the tab, and here inside this tab you can see like all the tab configuration. Like by default it's a home tab is coming up. Okay, so let's our app get installed. So yeah, and after that we have explore screen. You can see that, and the index.tsx, which is a basically home screen of our app. So inside this source, we what we're gonna do, we're gonna create one another file. The name will be what, home screen.tsx. Okay, and here we're gonna write rnfes. Okay, I don't think it's gonna really work. Okay, so you can see that, wait, you can see that our project has been successfully set up. Why it's okay, which is a really great thing, right? Now, why it's hanging system? Okay, so meanwhile the app has been set up perfectly. So process is not, system is not processing. Okay, so let them do. Now let's go to the layout directory. You can see that by default we have called, we will see a tab. Okay, let me close it. Okay, let me click on continue. Okay, so you can see that by default we are getting a tab which is a home and the explore. What, I don't want tab, I want something else. I want a home screen. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to replace here with the home screen. So how we can replace this? First of all, let's go to the home screen. I'm going to write export const home screen, right, like this. And here we're gonna have a return, and inside this return I'm gonna return a one view from the React Native, and here we're gonna have a text called home screen. Okay, and let me import the text as well, text from the React Native quickly, like this. Now once I import the text from the React Native, let me export default home screen like this. Now let's go to the layout.tsx, and here we're gonna make this home screen, home screen. Okay, now let me reload the app. Okay, now once I reload the app, what are you gonna see? Home screen exists in nested children, not found, a component stack. So let our app get reload. So now you can see that still we are getting something weird. Okay, why is this is coming up? This should be coming up. Okay, let me press the E again, and let the app get installed. Okay, and it should be knowing this tab because I had removed this tab. Okay, cool, no problem. We're gonna do this way. Let them do that as well. That way, inside this tab, we're gonna have a index.tsx, and you can see this is a home component, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just remove this all the code, and here we're gonna implement the our logic. So basically to do app logic. So let me remove this whole code for now. I'm going to write export const export const home screen. Okay, like this, and we're gonna have a return, and also we're gonna export default home screen, and inside this return we're gonna have a view, and inside this view we're gonna have a text home screen. And let's check it out. Okay, we have to also import the text from the React Native quick. Okay, so we got something error or not. Okay, now you can see that we are getting a home screen on the top. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use safe area view from the React Native. So we're going to use a safe area view, and now still we can't see any changes right now. Okay, let's go to the here, and wow, what is parallel scroll view? Inside this we're having a scroll view. Okay, and style.controller flex is a one. Okay, so I think what I can do, save area uh, view component. If I import this save area view component, and let's try with this one. I think I'm doing wrong way. Okay, so let's try with the safe area view, and after this Let me give some margin. Like instead of using this one, I'm gonna write export, not this one, cons styles. Cons styles is equal to style sheet style. Why I'm doing typos, guys? Cons styles is equal to style, style sheet dot create. Okay, and inside this we're gonna write all the property like, okay, why I'm not importing this style sheet? Let me import that as well. And inside this, we're gonna pass this. We're gonna have a one view. After the safe area view, we're gonna have a one view, and inside this view, we're gonna pass this style is equal to styles dot container. Okay, and here we're gonna have a text. Hey guys, something like that. And now I can't see anything on the UI, right? Justify content center. Let me reload the app. Still I can't see. That's weird. Okay, so we're gonna apply some text. Style is equal to styles dot text. Okay, and style is equal to text, and font size color we're gonna apply is a red font now. I can't see it, dude. What the hell is happening? Okay, now I can see safe area view. If I apply flex as a one, it's get removed. Okay, that's weird font now. So we're gonna remove the safe area view font now, and we're gonna apply just, I think it should work like, uh, safe area content in React Native after status bar. Let me search safe area issue with React Native Expo. Safe area styles.container. Okay, so what they are mentioning that safe area provider. Okay, and here we're gonna use the safe area view from the safe area context. So safe area view coming from the safe area context. Let's try with this one, and now let's see. Oh, this sorted. So what a mistake I was doing, I was importing the safe area from the React Native instead of importing from the safe area context. Okay, cool. Now the next thing which we're gonna do quickly, let me show you. We're gonna need this kind of background. So it's a background color. Okay, this kind of to do. So first of all, we're gonna have some data. Okay, const to do's. We're gonna just, okay, let's focus on the functionalities first of all. So let me remove this text, and we're gonna remove this as well. Okay, and here it's gonna be apply style is equal to styles dot container, and for the container we're gonna apply the flex is a one, so it will take a whole width. After this we're gonna have a text input from the React Native. Okay, and we're gonna have a style is equal to styles dot text input. Okay, now let me copy this, and we're gonna have a border width of one, border color is a black. Okay, now you can see that text input there, and we're gonna have a placeholder, add your tasks. Okay, now after this, whenever the user types something on change text, so we get the value, and whenever the user types something we get the value. Let me console the value for now. Console dot log val, so we can see that value whatever the user is typing in. So let me reload the app, and now let me type something there. If I type something, you can see that we are getting these values, right? So we're gonna have one state const uh, task is equal to set task, set task, and by default user state. Let me import the user state from the React like this, and set task is equal to what value. Awesome. Now let me remove this and we're gonna maintain that state. Okay. Now another button, there will be one touchable opacity like this, and we're gonna have a button. We're gonna have a text, and it will be basically a one text style add task like this. Okay, and it's not be a, it's gonna be a button text. Okay, and it's gonna be style is equal to styles dot add button. So let me style this. So for that, here we're gonna have an add button. Background color will be, let me make it a blue something like, and which is looking really weird. So let me apply some padding, and we're gonna have a button text. So let me add that as well. We will style it later, but yeah, let's add some color with a white text align center for now. Cool. So now whenever the user click on button, so we're gonna have on press handle task. Okay. So we're gonna do that const handle task, and what we're gonna do whenever the user types something, so we're gonna add that inside the to-do list. To const, we're gonna have a to-dos and set to-dos, and we're gonna have a user state, and by default look like this. Okay, and empty state. Okay, so whenever user types something, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna set that set to-dos is equal to split the existing to-dos and add this new task. That's all. Okay, so yeah, that's how we can, okay, not like this. Okay, we're gonna split the existing task, and after that we're gonna just add the this new task, and also we're gonna have a one is completed boolean state. By default it will be a false. Okay, all right, so let me do that quickly. Also we can have a validation as well here, and after that we're gonna have a one flat list like this, and inside this, okay, before that, before the flat list, let me show you something. So if I type something, let me type I uh, you know build a to do app. Okay, now click on add task. We can't see any changes, but if I show you here console.log to do's, and you can see that if I click on add task, you can see that we are getting one, what we are getting here, we are getting one object like this. Okay, one object like this. Okay, which is a not good thing like this. So what is happening is it's spreading the whole objects. Okay, let me click on again add task. Okay, so you can see that the first object look like this one is completed by default false. And okay, let me reload this app, and let me add an id as well. So id will be what, id will be we can have a to do's dot length plus one by default. So okay, we our app has been crashed, so let me reopen that. Okay, let me reopen that expo go, and yeah, let's open this quickly. Cool. So basically, whenever user types something, so you can see that if I type something, uh, do coding. Okay. Now click on add task. You can see that it's added one ID is completed and task state. Perfect. Now let me now we have to render that. And also once the task has been added there, you have to make the set task is a empty. Okay. This is the things which you have to do. Now let me remove this, and now we're gonna render on the flat list. So we're gonna have a flat list, and let me make it zoom for you guys, and let me collapse this. And inside this flat list we're gonna pass one parameter that is called data, and the data is what, it's called to do's, and inside that we have called render item. Here we get the item and also index. Okay, and inside this we're gonna return a one view like this, a text item dot task. You can see that item dot task, and you can see that do coding. If I add, click on add, you can see that, right? So the next thing is that okay, let me reload this. And if you see that on the text input, we have to pass one parameter. Like if there's one bug which I noticed, like if I type something, do coding, okay, and click on add task, you guys can see that it's added, but it not get clear here. To fix that, we have to add here value is equal to what? Value is equal to task, like this. Okay, now click on add task. Okay, now let's do add a one thing, uh, do cooking, something like that. Click on add task. You can see that it's adding the list of tasks. Awesome. Now after this, we're gonna have a style, and style will be what? Style dot task list. Okay, and you can style that as well. So we can have a what? Task list. Padding will be some padding and some background color, and align items centered, like this. Okay, okay, not like this, not works. Okay, and we can have a border radius of 10. Okay, and now let's check it out. Okay, so yeah, this is how you can build it up to do app, which is really straightforward, guys. What do you think, guys? It's straightforward. Okay, so why don't you use Android Studio with Kotlin? How to complete further? Can you help me to complete APK? Yeah, sure, man. Would love to help you out. Uh, yes, yes, right. Okay, yeah, all right. Let's back to the code. Okay, so what we had done so far, we had, let me explain this all this stuff. Inside this component, we had created one home screen component. Here we are having a to state, which is a use state, which is keeping track of all the to dos, and this is another state which is task, and which is just adding a task. So if I type something, what could be task? Build to do app. This is the first task. Let's click on add task. You can see that this is added. After that, you can have a many more tasks. So maybe do dance, just do that. Now the next thing is that we're gonna, okay, so you can see that we had created one. First of all, we had created this text input, and in the text input we had defined a value task. So we had initialized one, we had created one state called task, and set task by default is an empty null value, like empty value. And whenever the user types something, so whenever on change text, we are updating this value. Okay, and after that, we had having one button that is called add task. So whenever the user click on handle add on button, we are calling this function called handle add tasks. And here what we are doing here, we are spreading the old existing data. So whenever the user click on add, like uh, what could be the next one? Build a music player. Okay, now whenever we click on add task, what is happening? It's spreading the old data, it's spreading the old task, and after that we are just adding a one this task. Okay, but you're seeing that we are getting a task that error that type task is completed boolean is not assignable to type neighbor. So it's a typescript error. Basically here we have to define a task. Okay, so here you can have a type task, like this. Okay, and here you can define like what could be a task string is completed id boolean, and here you can pass it like this. Okay, and after this you can see that our typescript error has been sorted out because this needed a type and we are using a typescript. Okay, and here you can also define a type as a string. That's totally up to you. Type as a string. All right, now you can see that we are updating this value, but if you see that if we click on add task, you can see that an empty task is adding here, which is a bug, right? The task should be length, right? So how we can fix that? To fix that, we're gonna have a text. If there is a no task, then return it. If there is a no task, then you have to just return it. All right. Now you can see that if it doesn't have a task, we are just returning it. Okay, now you can show a one toast message. Like to show the toast message, what we gonna do? I have a question, I have an APK that I want to decompile. What I can decompile, I have a small function in Java office. Okay, so the next thing is that okay, toast message in React Native Expo. So for that, okay, we can have a toastify. You can use a toast package, something like that, but let me try toast. I can't see any. Okay, we have toast android, so we're gonna use this toast android something like this. So let me copy this toast android dot. So copy this. Let's go back to the code. Let's go back to the code, and here before returning that, let me import the toast android from the React Native. So we had imported toast android, and here we're gonna show that a task a task should be added first. Okay, so now if I click on add task, we can see that we are getting that a task should be added first. Okay, now once once the task has been added, you can show that task has been added. Task has been added, something like this. Now if I click on add task, uh, do do reading, reading. Now click on add task, you can see that we are getting a toast message, do reading. Okay, the next thing which we are discussing about, like to having a one, checkbox, like is it done or not. Okay, so how we can do that as well. So for that, we're gonna need a checkbox. So let's search check box. Okay, now let's go to the expo checkbox, click on this. Now you have to install this checkbox. So let me install this package, npx expo install checkbox. And using that checkbox, you can have some extra configuration, like you can have this, a checkbox kind of stuff. So yeah, like if I add something, do running, and something like, you guys can, I think you guys can do the rest of this stuff. Like what, okay, let me give you homework instead of doing this myself. So whenever, now you have to render one checkbox along with the task, and whenever you click on that, the boolean value that it should get updated as a true. Okay, and the vice versa when the user toggle that. So yeah, that's all in this video, guys. I think in this live, this is much. And in the next video, we're gonna if you guys face any issue while doing this stuff, just let me know. And I think that's all in this video, guys. And that's a one task for you guys. In Today app, that's I'm giving one task. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, just let me know. Any questions, guys, let me know. Should we drop up? Should we end this stream? Any questions, any new projects idea, you guys can also comment me down, and we can discuss that later as well. Okay, so yeah, I think that's all in this video, guys. We'll catch up again in the next Sunday, or maybe next weekend. So yeah, let me know any new suggestions, something. Thank you, bye.